cord ready to plug in. So if at some point I go dark for just a moment, I'll come back. All right, good morning, happy Saturday morning. We will just start with those nice shoulder rolls. And we're gonna add to that just a little bit of tipping of the head side to side. Just letting any tension go. A couple more times. Make those rolls a little bit bigger. Add your elbow into it. Add your arms into it. And then we're going to bring that left arm down. Right arm is going to go up. And we're just going to lean into it. A little side bend back through center. Right arm down, left arm up. Lean the other way. And then fingertips to the edges of your skull. So I want you to think about what we do in Pilates. When we have our arms back, we try not to pop our ribs and we try not to cave with our shoulders. So roll your elbows open, feel stretching across your pectorals, and yet pull your ribs down, but lengthen through the top backside of your head. And I just want you to hold this for a few breaths, exhaling to tuck your chin and lengthen tall, inhaling to grow even taller, exhaling, checking on those ribs, making sure they're staying down. Good. So we're going to try to hold this posture while we do our curtsies to start with. So step out with your right foot. Left toes are going to point. We're going to lift up those left toes, leave them in the air, bend that right knee, sit into it without collapsing, right? So stay upright, reach through those toes, come back up. And reach. And notice if your elbows will want to kind of start to creep forward. Keep that chest open. Keep reminding yourself to bring those elbows back and those shoulders down. If you need a little help with the balance, you can tap your foot down when you come up, but do your best, to keep it off the ground when you're stepping backwards. And then just check those elbows, see if they're still wide. Your shoulders might be getting a little tired. Just two more here. Relax those arms down. Stay in that little balanced position, hands here, and we're just going to do small little pulses. And stand it up. Hopefully that right side is a little bit warmed up. Weight on your left toes, right toes point, arms come up. Give me those stick up arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades back, and then just bring those fingertips to the edges. And then here we go, sitting into it, reaching through those right toes this time, trying to keep all your weight on that left leg. Again, no weight on that back leg. Can you do it without putting any weight there? Leave those toes up in the air as much as possible. Did your elbows start to creep forward? Mine did. Good, two more. And on that last one, bring your hands into that Namaskar position if you want. We're going to just give that little pulse. Small movement. Oops. And relax. Shake that out. We're going to come to the back of the mat. Hang on one second, please. Will you stack? Will you stack? All right. Okay. Shoulders rolling up, back, and down. Lift those arms up. Arch into that sway back position. And then pull your ribs down, bring your hips back into alignment, but keep your arms up by your ears. Stretch through your fingers, keep your ribs pulling down. And then exhale, bend your knees, let your knees come forward, sit your booty up in the air. Try to get your torso parallel to the ground. You need a lot of bend in those knees because I don't want any rounding through that spine. If this is uncomfortable for your back, you can put your hands on your thighs. Keep that tailbone extending. Good. Then bring your arms here, and we're gonna just do a little rowing motion. You can also go to a wider stance if you prefer. Try to get your torso from here down to parallel. Last two, last one, hands here, sit up with your chest, weight into your heels, toes up, stand up. Deep breath in. Exhale, shoulders relax. Inhale, arms up. Notice if those ribs have popped, then we're gonna pull everything into center. Then we're gonna sweep it out. We're gonna stay here, abs in, we're gonna row for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands here, weight in your heels, toes lift it up. This time arms go straight up, arch it. Exhale, pull the ribs down, bend the knees, arms to the side, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Hands here, weight in your booty. Lift your chest first, arms up. Lift, come to center, bend it, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Good. Bend it, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Weight in your heels, lift it up, arch it up, hinge it, bend it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay there. Hands come all the way down. Walk your hands forward, right underneath your shoulders. Shift your weight so that your booty's not piped up. Back of the neck is long. Press the floor weight to round your shoulders and then squeeze them together. Round your shoulders, squeeze them together. Check your head position, not hanging, not lifted, right in line with your spine. Last 2, last 1, bend your knees, rest back. Shift it forward, roll your shoulders out of your ears, tuck your toes, check your hand position, make sure your hands aren't super wide, they're right underneath you. Good. Again, pull that belly button in, round your shoulders, squeeze them. One more time, round them, squeeze them, bend your elbows backwards, hover for a moment, straighten your arms. Round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders, bend your elbows, hover, press, round, squeeze, bend, hover, round, squeeze, bend, hover, oops, press back. All right, slide it forward. One last round. Shoulders out of your ears. Tuck your toes. This last round, we put everything together. Round your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulders. Bend your elbows. Hover. Straighten. Shift back. Walk back. Bend your knees. Ribs on your thighs. Squeeze your shoulders together. Lift up. Arch it. Come to center, ribs in, bend it, squeeze those shoulders, walk it forward, hands right underneath you, press your shoulders round, squeeze them together, elbows back, hover, press straight, pike it up. I guess we're doing a couple more. Walk it back, bend your knees, balance, heels, weight in your heels, squeeze it, lift it up, arch it up. Center, bend it over, squeeze those shoulders, walk it out, hands right underneath you, weight centered, round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders, bend your elbows, press straight, hips up, walk it back, bend your knees, flat back, squeeze your shoulders, here to your heart, weight in your heels, lift it up. I promise this is the last one, but therefore it's special. Bend it over, squeeze your shoulders 4 times this time. Good, walk it forward, plank position, round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders, 4 little bends. 3, 2, 1. Knees bend, sit back. And then come on forward into a seated position. Let's give you a chance to let that heart rate come down a little bit, because I hope it went up a little bit. So sitting up nice and tall, all 10 toes on the ground, straighten out those arms, roll your shoulders out of your ears. I want you to think about what we just did. Head is in line with your spine, just as if you were in a plank. Ribs are pulled in, and then arms are gonna come here, and you're gonna round those shoulders and squeeze them. Round them and squeeze them. Round and squeeze. One more time, round and squeeze. And we're gonna add on. We're gonna round them, squeeze them, and bend them. Round like you're hugging a tree, squeeze back, throwing motion. When you squeeze back, try not to go pop, right? So we keep our abs in the whole time, just an isometric contraction to warm up here. Rounding and squeezing, rounding, squeezing, 2 more. Round and squeeze, round and squeeze. Grab the backs of your legs, sit up. Shoulders out of your ears. So remember that one, because we're going to be coming back, adding on to that. Hey. We're going to take our time, hold on to the backs of your legs, hinge back, tuck your tailbone under, take your sacrum, tuck your sacrum under, pull your belly button in, pull your ribs in, roll down a vertebra at a time. When you get to the ground, let's just hug the right knee in, stretch out that left leg, and just draw some circles with that right knee, both directions. Give it a good squeeze in, and then lengthen it out. And then that left knee is gonna come in, same thing, we're gonna draw some circles, stretching out that low back on the left side. Good. And then we're gonna bend the right knee. We're gonna lift that left toe, so the shin is now parallel to the ground. But we're holding on, so we're gonna do the nice version of single leg stretch, what I call the stretchy version. Sink your ribs down, flip the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, and then extend that right leg up in the air. Exhale, reach to your right toes, maybe lift yourself higher, widen your elbows, point those toes, nice strong point, shoulders out of your ears. Left knee can be pulled in, or you can lift it forward and lift yourself a little higher. Pull your abs in, and then inhale back to center, everything back down. We'll speed this up in a second. All right, this time you're gonna grab that right knee, right? Leg goes parallel to the ground. Exhale, lift yourself up, then bring that left leg up. Elbows go wide, nice and wide, reach to your left toes, shoulders out of your ears. Back of the neck is long, abs curled in, hold here, and now we're just gonna do the switch. Pull in, switch on the inhale, reach on the exhale. Inhale to switch, exhale to reach. Abs in. Almost there. And both knees hug in. Take a little rock side to side. Lift those legs tabletop. Abs drawn in. Reach through your fingers. Press those shoulder blades open. As a matter of fact, let's do that rounding and squeezing. Rounding and squeezing. Last time, round, squeeze. Hands reach. Hover your torso, so shoulder blades off the ground, and we're gonna pump. And I want you to inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Today, for the 100, I want you to focus on the arms instead of letting them be little birdie flip-floppies. I want strong arms. Really look down and see that you've ignited both your biceps and your triceps, and your abs are working. Your legs can be straight up, they can be in that tabletop, they can be out on an angle. You can inhale and bend them, and exhale, extend them, totally up to you. If your neck is bothering you, always know that you can bring that down. And then legs come down, and we're still pumping those arms. And then I want you to notice if your whole torso is moving, can you stabilize your whole torso and move your arms quickly? Is this moving? Is this jiggly wiggling? Try and keep it solid. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. That also should have brought that little bit of cardio in. All right. We're going to take a little roll up. So we're going to take this nice and slowly. We're going to pull our abs in. We're going to round and try to roll up a vertebra at a time. You can use your feet off the ground for help. And then come up to that seated position. Shoulders out of your ears, arms up. Exhale, hinge back, pull those ribs in, round those shoulders, squeeze those shoulders, go back 1 more inch. Exhale, come up. Inhale, arch it up. Exhale, hinge back, pull the ribs in, give me a rowing motion, squeeze the shoulders, rowing motion, and then roll it up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, hinge, open those arms, row, round, back, and then up again. And now just do 4 more of those for me, please, on your own. And then on that last one, sit up nice and tall. We're going to roll back down the same way that we rolled up. Option, keep your feet on the ground or to lift them up if you need to, but take it as slowly as you can, trying to keep your vertebra rolling down 1 at a time. And then when we get to the bottom, we're going to stack those knees in tabletop again. We're going to pull those ribs down. We're going to bring your arms up. We're going to round them, and we're going to squeeze them. We're going to pivot the knees open on an inhale, and we're going to float the head, neck, shoulders off the ground on an exhale. We're going to inhale to point those toes. We're going to exhale, flex through the heels, try and straighten the legs, and reach your arms over your head. And then inhale, point your toes, lift yourself towards those toes. It might just be the hands reaching. It might be that you rock up to a balanced position. And then on the exhale, just as we've been doing, try to come down a vertebra at a time. So this is our slow double leg stretch, and we're really going to take it slowly today. Deep breath in, open the knees. On the exhale, from the rib cage, pull those ribs towards the hips, float the shoulder blades off the ground. On the inhale, straighten those legs, point the toes, feel your quads engage. On the exhale, flex those toes back and lift the arms over your head, pull your ribs in. On the inhale, you're going to reach for those toes, whatever version you want to do. On the exhale, you come down a vertebra at a time. So inhale to open the knees, and exhale to float head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, point your toes strongly, feel those quads. Exhale, flex those heels, arms reach up overhead. And then inhale, reach for those toes, whatever version you want to do. Exhale, come down a vertebra at a time. Here we go again. Inhale to open. Exhale to lift. Inhale to point. Exhale, flex, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach for those toes. We're going to do 1 more together, and then it's your turn. So again, slow motion. Inhale, knees open. Press the soles of the feet together. Exhale, pull the ribs to the hips. Inhale, point the toes, reach through those fingers. Exhale, flex through the heels, arms go up overhead. And then inhale, point, lift, reach for those toes. Exhale, roll it down a vertebra at a time. And now it's your turn. 1 on your own, please. And when you finished that second one, hug your knees in, pivot them open again, and we're going to roll up again a vertebra at a time, only with our legs open, so might be a little bit different. And bring that up. Very nice. All right, From here, pivot over onto your side, crisscross your legs at the ankles, and come onto that bottom elbow. Try and get your elbow right underneath your shoulder. Try and get your hips in line with that elbow. Knees are bent and a little bit ahead of you, but feet are tucked back. Make sure that top leg's in front of the bottom leg. From there, I want you to lift those hips up off the ground and straighten out your legs. Arch to the sky, lift that bottom hip a little higher, bend your knees, hover above the ground. Arch it up on the inhale, exhale, bend and hover. Arch and reach, exhale, bend and hover. And reach, and bend, and reach, and bend. 4 more, reach, bend. Last 2, and last 1. Come over onto your elbows for me, please. Hands are apart, shoulders out of your ears. I want you to press the floor away and lift up onto your toes, your shins, a little bit of your knees. Feel the plank from this position, and then pull that belly button up and in a little bit more. Round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders. Round them, squeeze them, round them, and squeeze them. Last time, round them, squeeze them, come halfway. Make sure the belly isn't sagging. Take your toes, tuck them under, press into your plank. Pike your hips up, walk your hands, straight arm position, shift your weight forward, round your shoulders, squeeze them together, bend your elbows, hover, straighten, knees come down, take a little break. Slide it forward onto your elbows, drop your hips, point your toes, shoulders out of your ears, and then begin to press into the ground to lift your chest away, pulling up into a baby plank position. Then as you're ready, tuck your toes, regular forearm plank, shift those hips, walk your hands back, come up on those hands, round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders, give me that push up, 2 of them, and then bend and sit back. We have 1 more like that. So elbows come forward, drop into it, back of the neck is long. Exhale, lift, tuck your toes, pike it up, bring your hands underneath you, round your shoulders, squeeze your shoulders, 3 little push-ups or bending of the elbows, and then knees down, press back. A minute ago, you were facing me for side bends. You're gonna do that again, but on your other side. So make sure you switch your feet to the opposite end of your mat, please. All right, so shoulder right above your elbow, and that's in line with your hips. Top leg crisscrossed over the bottom. Back of the neck is long. Lift up into it. Give me that beautiful arch. Bend your knees, separate them, hover, and arch again. And bend and arch. You've got 4 more. Sorry, you have 4 more. And relax. All right, we are coming all the way back over onto our spine again, please. But before you go, take your time, whether your feet are down or feet are in the air, you choose, but you're rolling down a vertebra at a time with control. So those slow movements, you may notice tomorrow a little difference in your abs. Those are really controlled, and sometimes they ignite us a little more than regular. All right, fingers to your rib cage, deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs down. Make sure there's a little arch in your spine. Lift your legs into tabletop. So check that tabletop. That means right above your hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. Keep those ribs pulled in, same space below your low back, hands reaching shoulder blades down. Deep breath in. On the exhale, pull the belly button in, and then on the inhale, let those knees move away from your body. And exhale to come back up, nice and slowly. Inhaling forward and exhaling back up. We're going to do 2 more like this, and then we're going to dramatically slow down our toe touches, just again, to feel how that is to go so slowly. So here we go. Do your best to take 8 counts down. We're going to hold at the bottom for a moment and come back up on 8. So here we go. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, hold, hold. Come up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that going nice and slowly. And be aware if you are going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right? So make it nice and even, right? You guys look good. Those of you who aren't little icons of a white head and a little torso. Good. How about one more nice slow round? Beautiful. And then hug your knees into your chest. I'm going to ask you to roll up, again, a vertebrae at a time, as slowly as you can go. And then when you get to the top, let's sit tall. Pull those glutes out from under you. Bend the knees for now so that your torso will be long. Lengthen through the top back side of your head. Grab the backs of your hamstrings. Again, knees are bent. And just pull yourself forward for the beginning of a spine stretch. Try not to drop and round out of it. Stay extended. And then maybe reach for your toes since your knees are bent. And pull them back and feel that beautiful stretch on your feet. You could even walk your hands all the way up over so that your wrists and your toes are together. And then you can press and pull back if you'd like. And then eventually you can see if you could walk your heels forward or walk your booty back, just gently coming into this stretch. And again, still working if you'd like with those feet. And then we will sit up nice and tall. So we're going to do the saw. You can keep those knees bent if you need to, if you have tight hamstrings, or you can straighten those legs out and flex through the quads if that's okay with your body. Arms extend, shoulders up out of your ears. Bring that right arm forward, twist and reach to your left. Reach with your back arm, your left arm. Stretch with your forward arm. Try not to collapse. Lift yourself up out of those hips. Push the back hip down and reach. And you can bring your hand down and press to get even deeper. And then inhale back to center. We're going to exhale, go the other way, left arm. Reach forward, reach. Rotate that back arm. Keep weight in that left hip. Stretch forward, and then when you want, you can bring that hand down and get a deeper twist. And inhale up. So we'll just speed that up with the breath a little bit. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist, reach to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, reach, second side. Inhale, twist, reach, first side. Back up, other side. Inhale, tall, exhale. Inhale, tall, exhale. Good, one more time. Inhale, tall, exhale, first side. Inhale, tall, exhale, second side. We're going to bring our feet to touch, and we're going to glue our big toes together. And again, check and see if you're still sitting nice and tall in those sit bones. So as we do our twist, we don't want our feet to separate because that means that we're rotating at our hips. So arms to the side, shake your left hand. You're going to the left first 3 times. Here we go. Twist 1, 2, 3. Inhale, center to the right. Ch, 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 and center. Ch, 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 and center. Ch, ch, and relax. Shoulders up out of your ears. We're going back to that bent knee seated position, please. So once again, we're going to hinge back. We're going to pull that belly button in. We're going to bring our arms up into that V. We're going to round the shoulders. We're going to squeeze them back. And then we're going to lower them. And we're going to come up. Give yourself an inhale to lift tall. Exhale back. Arms open. Round. Squeeze. And bring it up. Deep breath in. Exhale back. Arms open. Round. And squeeze. And come up. And give me 6 more of those, please. Good. Few more here. And then on that last one, you probably know this is coming. You're going to lower yourself down to the ground as slowly as you can, a vertebra at a time. Maybe try a different way to do it than you've been doing before. Try to create symmetry as you come down. And then once you're down, we're going to extend both legs up in the air. And we're going to reach up and grab the back of the right leg. We're going to flex through that heel and get a nice stretch. We're going to widen the elbows and lift ourselves taller. We're going to lower that left leg a little bit forward. And then we're going to just exhale and pull even more on that right leg. We're going to switch it up on the inhale. We're going to grab that left leg, flex to the heel. We're going to pull that closer as we reach through those right toes. We're going to lift a little higher, elbows wide, flex to that heel, pull. All right, inhale to switch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull. Inhale, switch. Exhale, pull. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Last one, bend both knees, put the left foot on the ground. Right toes are going to point. Fingertips to the edges of your hips. Pull your ribs down and in. Lock your torso in place and start a circle with your right leg. Inhaling to start the circle and then exhaling as you finish the circle and then reverse. So leg circles, as always. The object here is that there's no movement in your torso. If you have a little more flexibility, start to straighten that left leg out, but don't lose that grounding. You may be able to straighten your left leg all the way out and flex through that heel and work on getting that back of that leg closer to the ground. But notice if your right leg is suddenly out in front of you as opposed to over your hip. Good. A couple more. And then bend that right knee. Bring your left knee up and in. Fingertips on your hips. Point those left toes. Nod your head yes, lengthen out your spine. Inhale to start your circles. Exhale to finish your circle. Torso stays nice and quiet. Again, you can start walking that right leg a little farther away. And you can make bigger circles. And you can flex through that heel. And then bend that knee, place both feet on the ground, walk your hands down, make sure that your heels are right where you can touch them, and press those shoulders nice and open. So squeeze the shoulder blades together and then round them. So lift them off the ground. And then press them and round them. One more time, press and round and then press. But even though you're pressing your shoulders down, pull your ribs down. And then with those hips for your bridge, right knee comes up and in, up in the air. We're going to go out to the right, down, around, tap your left knee. Out to the right, down and around. That left glute should feel this work Notice if your left knee is wobbling, as mine was, try to stabilize and then reverse the circle. Right knee bends, bring it down, lower your hips. Check your shoulders, mine lifted up. Back of the neck is long. Lift those hips, left knee in, extend it up in the air, tighten that quad, roll it out to one side. Keep that right side stable and reverse your circles, please. And bend that knee, bring that down. Hug both knees in, let them rock side to side, and then roll over onto your side, facing me, please. We're gonna lengthen that arm out underneath your ear, and then stretch your body in that long line. Waistline lifted, abs drawn in. Top leg pointed, flex through the heel. Imagine you're coming down through Jello, pressing down. Inhale, point, lift, reach, and exhale, flex down. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, flex down. Good. Leave this leg up. Bring the bottom leg up to meet it. Hold for a second, and then they both come down. So it's inhale, up, up, pause, and exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. And now I want you to leave those legs together and exhale, lift both legs together. Exhale, lift both legs, pause, and come down. Exhale, both legs up, pause, and down. Exhale, lift, pause. And now all we're going to do is add the upper body by lifting the torso. Hand is out in front of you, elbow off the ground, both ends of the body coming up. And relax. Bend those knees. If that hip needs a little love, give it a little love before you move over to the other side. So lengthen that body long. And again, arm is right underneath your ear. Body's in a long straight line. Abs are drawn in, waistline lifted, top leg. Point it, lift it, and then flex. Come through that slow Jello. Just as some of the other moves we've been doing today, I've really focused on going slowly. So just take it slowly, use those muscles. Leave that leg up there this time, and then the bottom leg meets it, and then they both come down. So it's inhale, up, up, pause, and exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. One more like that. Up, up, pause, exhale down. Glue those legs together. Exhale, lift, pause, and down. Exhale, lift, pause, and down. Exhale, lift, pause, and down. Good. A few more here. Lift, pause, and down. Lift, pause, and down. And we're just going to add the upper body. Lift, and down. Lift, and down. Two more times. Lift, and down. Last time. Lift, and down. All right. While you're here, you're flipping over onto your forearms, please. Back of the neck is long. Shoulders out of your ears. Start by pulling those ribs and those hips away. Baby plank. Tuck your toes. Good. Pike your hips. Straighten out your arms. Now unpike your hips if they were still piked. Round your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulders. Give me a push-up. And then you're going to come down and press back. Come forward on your elbows. Drop your hips. Pull your chest away, your ribs and your abs. Lift, lift, lift. Press into those toes. Bring your hands where your elbows used to be. Hike it up if you need to. Round your shoulders, squeeze them. Give me 2 push-ups. And then press back. All right, last round. Now, some of you could probably do 16 of those push-ups. I'm just going to ask you to do as many as feels correct to you, but if you can do 16, you're going to stop at 16. So onto your forearms, back of the neck is long. Ribs pull up and in. Tuck those toes. Lift it up. Straighten those arms. Start by rounding the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades, and now you go. Bend for 1 or 2 or 3. Just make sure the body is moving in a straight line. When you've had enough, you're going to press back, resting position. Let's assume you've done 16. Come on up onto your hands and knees for me, please. We're going to do a little bit of rear chain work, for the back side of our body. So we're going to exhale, round into a kitty cat stretch, and inhale into your cow. Shoulders out of your ears. And then find neutral by pulling your belly button in. Walk your left hand forward and your right toes back. Flex through that right heel and push backwards, and then shift forward onto your toes. Push back and shift forward, and one more time, push back, shift forward, lift the toes off the ground. Shoulders out of your ears, and then rotate your left thumb to the sky and bring it by your arm. Back of the neck is nice and long. Option to just hold this bird dog, or to tap and lift, or to open and close. Your choice. You're going to do about 6 of these. And then come back to center. Round into your cat. Open into your cow. Pull your belly button in, find neutral. Stretch your right fingers forward and your left toes back. Flex through the heel, push, and then point your toes and roll forward. And then press back and come forward. And one more time, press back, come forward, point the toes, lift them off the ground. Rotate your right thumb to the sky if you want and come up. Options to stay or tap and lift. Open and close if you want. And then come on back onto all fours. We're going to do that little undulating cat cow. So we're going to walk, hands forward, tailbone up in the air. We're going to undulate forward and round it back. And undulate forward in a cow and round it back in a cat. Good. And now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to stagger it. So meet me nice and square. Then left hand goes forward and right knee. So the first thing we're going to do is exactly what we just did. We're going to come forward in a cow and round back in a cat. And you're just going to feel stretching in different directions than you did before. And now I want you to take away the cat cow, just shift your weight forward and back. It's a little bit different here. And then right hand forward, left knee, come forward in your cow, roll back in your cat. Good. And then no cat cow, just shift forward back. Beautiful. All right. We're going to make our way one last time onto our back by taking it as slowly as possible. So maybe find your most challenging version of that, right? Taking it a vertebra at a time, maybe not using your hands, trying to keep your legs in the same spot. And then hug them in. We're going to put the left foot on the ground and hug that right knee up and in towards our right shoulder. Way over to the right and let the left knee drop open. We're going to reach down and grab those right toes and pull them back and flex that heel to the sky. So deep stretch on that right hamstring, left leg is open. Straighten out the right leg, option to still hold on to the toes and press against your fingers or down here at the ankle. And again, you can either press or circle. And then we'll hug that knee in and straighten out the left leg. Right arm to the side, right knee moves to the left. Put the foot on the ground and let it not drop open into a thread the needle stretch. Figure 4. Let's thread that needle. Left leg up. Flex and point. And then bend that knee and cross that right leg all the way over. Give it all a big hug. And then knees drop left. Back through center, uncross, left knee comes in, give it a hug over to the left. Reach down, left fingers grab your left big toe. Flex that heel to the sky, get that hamstring stretch, and then straighten the leg out if you want. Again, pointing and flexing, or rotating at the ankle. Left knee comes in as the right knee straightens. Pull it across your body. And then put it down and drape it over the right thigh. Bend your right knee to thread your needle and bring that right leg up to point and flex. Finally, close that gap, hug those knees in, and let them drop to the right, please. And then we'll mosey back through center. And you choose, do you want to roll over onto your side, or do you want to try one more time to roll up a vertebra at a time? We already did our cat-cow, so we're going to come over into our down dog position. We're going to lift way up on the toes and then press the heels up and down. And then try one leg at a time, one foot at a time. Good. Wide stance, walk it back. Think about the beginning of class. Sit into that position, roll your shoulders out of your ears, pull your belly button in, squeeze those shoulder blades, and hands to your heart, weight into your heels. Lift it up. I didn't even look at my iPad. I don't know how long I've been in the dark. Hopefully you knew what I was doing. Thank you.